Hello everyone, Espurr here. Now what do we have today? We have a game on Rainmaker Sturgeon where we're watching the Charger. Now evaluating both comps, you'll seem fine. The other comp seems a bit less meta than the one we're watching right now, the purple team. But that's fine. The other comp is still good. It's still fine. Nothing really of note to say here. But actually, no, there are some things. First of all, let's see. There's a Hydra on the enemy team, so that means that as a charger, you gotta be a bit. You're the best person to deal with that. Not actually, no, not necessarily. You guys do have a crab. You guys do also have a booyah bomb that can be used to displace the Hydra. I will say that Hydra offers more lethal pressure than Charger, but is slower and more weak to displacement than a Charger, which means that your machine is going to be vital. Your Junior as well. Your machine and Junior can be vital in taking out that what is it? That Hydra. Now let's see. Anything else? That seems to be about it. The Glug is there. It's there. It'll take space. It'll be annoying. That's all I can say. But we're watching the Charger right now. In addition, the Charger also mentioned that they have troubles with inkvac and all that stuff, where they don't tend to use inkvacs all too well. Also, I will mention, I don't normally take this position, because if we look back just a little bit, I want you to see how much here you're actually trying to shoot. I think anyone can kind of guess that a charge is going to be up here, so they're probably going to guess like, hey, yeah, charge is up here, let's stay away a bit. You can't really see anyone. You can assume where they are, but a charger needs to know their exact position in order for a shot. So you wait for this, go out, you pop out for this. Here's my thing. So backlines tend to like going onto the spinner. So what that tends to mean on this map is that, at least when the spinners are up, if you're on a game where the spinners are up at the start of the game, and you are a backline, you want to go there as well. Because if you let the backline have spinner like completely free, what that does is that it lets them have influence on both middle, left, and right. You don't want that, and you can stop it, or make sure it's not uncontested. Now the other backline didn't do it as well, or didn't go into the spinner as well, so it ended up being okay. But if I went on spinner, if that Hydra went into spinner, that would have been, and if the team could probably defend them because what is it called? Machine and other guy Junior was there. Anyways, you're trying to just go into snipe. You notice someone's behind you. That's good. That's good. You're running away, kind of. You basically you set up for a different fight. Nice shot. That was nice. Anyways, you go up. You're trying to recollect yourself and get into a good position. Recover some ink. You have a teammate over on the far left. You can't really help him all too well. You might as well try to help out your machine over there. Now you go over to the left and try to help out there. Now, you're just trying to pop the Rainmaker. You notice there's a guy to the right. You want to make sure they don't dunk you. Notice there's a guy in the spinner. That was really bad timing. So let's evaluate that inkvac though. If that booyah didn't happen, would that have been a good time to pop? Someone died to your right, but you wouldn't have known that at this moment. All you know is that there's a person in front of you. Here's the thing, I don't think so. I think at this moment, you are kind of forced to grab. Yeah, you have a inkvac, but if you also wanted to use inkvac for the push hasn't started yet. If you're trying to use inkvac to hold this space, then why are you looking here? Why are you looking at the successful front? Here, your inkvac kind of had no purpose. Why did you pop your inkvac? I don't really know. Only you know. You probably don't even know actually. So I'll tell you when to pop your inkvacs. You pop your inkvacs for one of two purposes: to protect or to disable. I think I also mentioned this in DMs as well. Where if you pop an inkvac to protect, you tend to be popping it on your teammate. If you're popping it to disable, that means you're using the vac on an enemy. So you're disabling an enemy, and, all that stuff. When you're also thinking about when to use an ink vac, it is an inherently team special. So you got to consider, how does this ink vac benefit my team? Also, at this moment, I'd say you could probably swim through the puddles of the ink. Because at this, right here, you aren't going to be doing anything, to be honest. You're protecting nothing. Okay. There is no one here to protect, and there is no one here to disable. So you might as well just swim through the ink, get to mid, and then you might be able to just help someone. Yeah, ink vac is an inherently helpful special, I'll say. Helpful not in the case of, like, it's good, but helpful in the case that its purpose is to help. Anyways, nice shot. Over here, ooh, nice shot. Well done. So, that's something behind you. That's a guy on snipe. You need to back off. Are you dead? Almost. Probably at like 85 health now. Anyways, you go over here. I would have went to snipe. This is the terrible position. I would have went to snipe because then it would have taken maybe like a quarter of a second longer, to be honest. But you would have been in a good position if they pushed. They probably wouldn't have pushed. No, they are pushing. Yeah, this is a terrible position. Look at that. Your team has it, though. Your team got it. That's good. But snipe would have just been a better looking spot, basically. Better sight lines farther away from the action, where you can comfortably look at your teammates and the enemy and all that stuff, and not worry about getting shot. Anyways, you need to push up right now. I don't know. What are you doing? Are you painting for your special? This is not the time to paint for your special. You got to be helping your teammates right now. No. We're going to be going back. We're going to go back. Yeah, okay. So we're watching you. Let's see what you're doing here. While you are away, I would have gone to spinner. I probably would have encountered the junior, and I'd be immediately worried. I probably would have thrown a bomb, but my focus would also be on that Hydra over there. I'd be trying to take out the Hydra. And if I don't take him out, I'd at least be trying to like corner them and make sure they can't really operate all too well. So that my leader doesn't have to focus on two things. They can only focus on one, not leader. Rainmaker can focus on just one thing. Probably on that junior they're fighting right now. However, you're doing none of these because you're running away to paint for your special. And that is just not useful at the moment. Granted, this wasn't the best push, but I do think that you really should have been helping. You should have been doing something. Just something. Instead of painting for your special. Anyways, back to you. You pop an ink vac here. I do not. Okay. So we'll evaluate this ink vac using the criteria I said before. What is the purpose of this ink vac? Let's go back a little bit and see why you could have popped the ink vac. You see a guy, you think, okay, so it's a panic special. You use it as a panic button. You use it to save your life. So, because of that, you're using this ink vac to disable someone. You're disabling this junior, it seems. So yeah, you're using it for that, but here's the thing. Is this special helpful to your team? Not really. It's helpful to you because you survive, and that can be okay. But here's the big question. What's your plan to get out? Your plan to get out should actually just be to like jump off this spinner onto mid where your teammate over on mid can help you out. I don't know if you knew the slosher was on mid, but let's say you did. You jump to mid, slosher helps with the kill, they protect you, and it's all fine. The wrong thing to do is to sit here, let them shoot at your stuff, and this is the wrong thing to do. Yeah, you got a kill. I don't think you should have. I think the junior should have been smarter. But they did what they did. You got the kill. That's fine. Anyways, you go over to mid, you're throwing bombs, partially to ink, partially to check corners. They drop. That's sad. You had the kill, but stuff happens. Anyways, In you go. That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. You need to back up now. Yeah, you can't stay here. You can't stay here. You jump out because you're in a bad spot, and there you go. Good job. I do like your maneuver. I do like what you did. I think I very much liked it. You had the space to do it. The problem is you had enough time for like one shot. You couldn't stay there. Luckily, you didn't die for it, but yeah. Anyways, what are you doing here? I don't know, maybe there was something happening in real life where you had to like talk to your mom or something. Could have been it. That or you're just waiting for events to unfold. If that was the case, you wanted to go a bit closer. But if you're like doing something in real life, then yeah, you can't help with that. Anyways, your team's at an advantage. They're getting into a position. Yeah, no, they're at. Yeah, that's a fair advantage. Yeah. Anyways, you want to push up a little bit. So here's this inkvac. I can tell its purpose was to protect. You wanted to eat the what is it? The Booyah Bomb ball, so that it wouldn't hurt your teammates. However, you're also way too far back. So from what I found, inkvac does have about as much range as a squeezer, but it needs time to get to that range, and you didn't have the time to do that. And even still, I don't think that inkvac still would have reached at its max range. When you're popping an inkvac, you tend to want to be at like, or initially pop it. The person you're disabling or defending needs to be about like a little bit farther than 52 range. Like, or a little bit farther or about 52 range. Anyways, I'm gonna be honest, they probably should have killed you with that Inkzuka. I'm noticing that with Charger, you need to keep track of when Inkzukas are happening. When Inkzukas are about to be popped. And more importantly, who has an Inkzuka? Oh, okay. Thought you fell off, but you didn't. That's neat. You're pretty low on ink. Get some ink. Ooh, oh, you posted this on Twitter. Alright, let's see how this does. Nice. There you go. Is someone behind you? I'm gonna assume not, and assume you're not making a mistake. No, you're not. Okay. Okay, this one is pretty good. I do like this one. You're popping it to protect. Now, you could have waited a little bit longer. I don't know how long inkvacs last. I haven't really measured that. But I do like the idea here. This is a good inkvac. I like this idea. Let's see how it turns out. I don't like this idea. Why did you drop? Why did you drop? Actually, I think I do know why you dropped. You might have thought like there's an area that this inkvac can't protect if they're right next to the wall. So, and I want to like make sure the Rainmaker is entirely protected. However, that just wasn't the right idea. You gotta make sure that you can back out in that situation as well. If they kill your Rainmaker, all that happens is that you waste a special. Now, if you drop there to better protect the Rainmaker, you make yourself a lot more vulnerable. So what that does is, if you die now, which there is a good chance that you will die if you drop down like that, then you also risk losing your life if they kill the Rainmaker. Well, you die first, and then they kill the Rainmaker. But anyways, in terms of how you use their inkvacs, what you need to do is realize a few things. You really shouldn't be using inkvacs to protect yourself. You should be using them to protect your teammates or to disable an enemy for a push specifically. So you can use inkvacs against pushes, for pushes, all that stuff. A good way to think of it is when you pop an inkvac, you basically say, you don't get to die here. No dying for you. That's a good way to get used to using inkvacs protectively. Using them just as a disabler, that kind of mentality doesn't work as well, but it's better to get used to one mentality first and get to the next one than to just try to get both and get really confused. So, what I'd say for here is I'd recommend working on your, what is it? Trying to use inkvacs. When you pop an inkvac, or when you have an inkvac, think, who am I going to protect? And how does this help my team? If you have good answers for both of those, then it is time to pop an inkvac. If you do not have good answers for either of them, then don't pop your inkvac. Anyways, that'll be it for today. See you guys.